As far as violations of civil rights, obviously we all understand why we have to have an integrity of process here, because this is a democratic republic. As far as civil rights, my understanding is that the parties actually receive public funds in this area, so that makes it even more important that they follow and adhere to their own processes.
We've been fighting these battles in our democracy since the beginning on issues of taxation without representation, dating back to the Boston Tea Party. And now the issues have come full circle to where we're at in our current democracy. As people who pay taxes, you have a right to participate in democracy and to have a voice in democracy. The way in which that voice is heard is through the election process, and that's at the heart of any civil rights consideration. What's happening here is that because the Republican Party is receiving funds publicly, they are accountable from a civil rights perspective to make sure that their processes are correct. They owe it to the taxpayers, they owe it to the Democratic base, and that's not happening here.
So if the process wasn't followed, who is responsible? Is that the leadership of the Republican Party? Are they the ones with the authority? Or if not the authority, I guess, how would this be allowed to happen?
I think ultimately, if you're talking about responsibility, it's the people who allow this to occur that are ultimately responsible for it. You've got election officials who are supposed to supervise these elections to make sure they're correct. You've got individuals who are elected as the county chair to oversee the department so it's correct. And basically, these individuals are the ones who are licensed and charged and given authority to make sure it's proper.
So you're saying that the Republican Party leadership of Nueces County basically failed to adhere to their own processes, and that would be the only way that we could have had these illegal delegates added to the list?
Not only did they fail to adhere to their own processes, they violated the law criminally, and they violated the election code. And those are the laws that were created by the state of Texas to make sure that these elections were fair. The violations were across the board, and the policies and regulations were not followed. And as a result, you had illegal delegates who participated in basically an illegal election.
Now, there are certain documents that have to be filled out and filed. Were there not forgeries in order to make this happen?
There may have been, yet I can't comment specifically on the issue of forgery, but my clients have provided information to me indicating that that may have happened. The bigger issue is that from the evidence that is available on the case, that is public record that's been provided, there were violations on the election law, and illegal voters voted who should not have, which tainted the process from the precinct level all the way to the national election.
What do the plaintiffs hope to, I guess, what do they see as a resolution? What is the objective that they see with this case?
The goal has always been the same from the beginning. The goal is to correct the process and to have a fair election and to have processes and laws that are followed so that the true concept of democracy can be observed here. When you don't follow the laws that are set out, when you violate the manner in which the elections should occur, then it undermines the officials that are elected, and it undermines our democracy. So, like I said, the goal has always been to get it right, to make sure the election laws are followed, and to elect individuals who are lawfully elected to carry out their duties, who have the consent and authority of the people who elected them.
Okay. So, in the end, we just hope for a fair process that the leadership follows and adheres to their own rules, and putting those things in place that will make that happen.
I think it goes beyond that. I think that my clients and the individuals who have been brave enough to bring this to light are looking for accountability for the people who have created the wrongdoing. They're looking for an end to tolerating election practices that aren't proper and aren't fair, and they're looking to restore good faith to this democracy and good faith and fairness to elections. That's always been the goal, and I think they're on their way towards accomplishing that.
Great. Well, thank you very much for your time today, and good luck with your case.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Good to meet you.